Live. We are live. Sorry, guys. I'm a little bit late today. Was finishing up the Jedrick Wills portion of the rookie left tackle. Um, nice comment. I like that. Was finishing up the Jedrick Wills. I wanted to get it done before I did this because I know I'm not going to want to I had it all set up and I wanted to get it finished anyways. How's everybody doing tonight? I got it's very cold in Florida, so I got 2 cups of coffee today. I just made the cup of coffee. I just made a fresh cup. I was supposed to make it like 30 minutes earlier because I have a cup and then another cup. I drink 2 big cups of coffee a day. One in the morning and then one before I really start getting into my work at night. Doing this stuff late sometimes. So got to do this video. Then I'll do the Mekhi Becton and then the Andrew Thomas portion of the rookie left tackle video. So what this is, if this is your first time watching this video, we do offense on Tuesdays. See, when I have a video I got to do, I just got to do it. Sorry, and I need to stop getting distracted by the chat sometimes where I'm in the middle of a sentence. I'm like, oh, I want to answer that question. On Tuesday we do offense. On Wednesday we do defense, and then basically. What I do is we go through every single play from the All-22 coaches film and just talk through it. There'll be some plays where we'll spend 2-3 minutes on. There's some plays where we spend 10 seconds on. And then between every few drives, I'll stop and talk with the chat. So we'll get into it in a second. I want to share this. I do want to share this on Twitter first. Someone said, "What time do you crash then?" I've been trying to be better about it. Usually around midnight. See, it doesn't I can drink coffee and go to sleep. It's just some people are wired that way, some aren't, but I am one that can. So basically, on Monday nights, I stay up to 4 a.m. getting the O-line report done. And the Daniel Jones third down video. So Monday nights I'm up till 4 a.m. And then I try and get up at I've been bad about it. I try to get up at 6:30 every morning. Lately it's been 7:15, but it is what it is. I'm one of those people I can't wake up even on the weekends. I can't sleep in. I feel like if I sleep in until 9:30, I feel like I wasted a day, weekends is when I go to bed the earliest for the most part, Define cold for Florida. It's 40. It's probably right now. It's probably 44. Last night it got into the 30s, which obviously is it's not going to be up north, but it's still cold. I have see right now it's 51 degrees. 51 degrees. All right. Do you think the Giants will still beat Arizona without Danny? Probably not. But I didn't think. Let me put it. I think the chances are different. I love our defense, but I don't know if we can just hold defense. These good offenses to 12 points every week. You know what I mean? All right, you guys want to get into it? Let's get into it. Hello to everybody. Hello, David Carr. David Carr, man, I liked him. When he came in. He got kind of screwed by the Texans, but as I've grown, I'm like, you know what? Maybe he probably would have sucked. Maybe David Carr was going to not be a good starting quarterback anyways. Good backup, though. Here's a fun fact. Since in the 21st century, only 2 first overall picks have won a Super Bowl. You know who they are? Eli Manning with 2, David Carr with 1 as the backup to Eli Manning. Bam. So that's when people do the tank for this. It's it doesn't always. It's not as simple as just getting the first pick. All right, let's get into it. Like I said, we'll go through plays. Every couple of drives, I'll stop and talk to the chat. So let's get into it. Let's get into it, boys and girls, men and women. We're going to go through the first drive and they get a field goal out of it. But I've learned with this Giants defense to really not worry about the first drive. How many first drives have games where it's first drive we get screwed, and then after that, it's okay, we figure something out. It's almost like we're testing them out to see what they do. What this is, I'll explain a little bit of coverage. You hear cover 2, cover 3, cover 4. This is a cover 2, as you can see. You see these two safeties. Why is it? What makes it a cover 2, Bobby? Well, you have these two safeties playing deep, this corner, and the outside corner is playing the flats. And then this is actually more of a Tampa 2 because Blake Martinez is getting deep. The difference between a Tampa 2 and the cover 2 is the middle linebacker getting deep. Where in a cover 2, the middle linebacker stays down here, and you have like this wall of 5 players. And then cover 3 is where you have this corner goes deep, one safety deep, and then the other corner covering deep, and then the wall. Then cover 4 is 4 guys. So first play of the game, Wilson just hits the check down. Martinez is playing deep. I mean, we were trying to stop the big play, and we did a damn good job of it. Russell Wilson had the most time to throw in the NFL this week. Maybe not the most, like he had it, but it's like from like snap to throw time on average, he had the highest in the NFL, which means that he had time. He just was like he's not seeing what he wanted. Let's watch Dalvin on this play. Dalvin on the center. Good stuff. Got a 2nd and 5. Bootleg. Gets to Lockett. Isaac Edom, he gets a little lost on this one. I think he gets worried about somebody coming across, but you got Ryan here. Maybe it's because we play so much. I don't know. Maybe it's because we play so much cover 3 that he's like forgetting what to do in a cover 2. But he should have stayed with this. I mean, you got this defender playing hook curls, and then Logan Ryan collapsing down on this. If he stays with that, it's probably an incompletion or the ball thrown out or a tighter throw. Well, he's been playing pretty well, I still think what's nice is like Isaac Yidom's been playing really. He's been playing all right, and he's still our worst player, which is a good thing. Like somebody has to be the worst player, and now our worst player isn't just a total liability. Got a run play. Look at this. This is the 4th play of the game. Look who's in. Nico Lelos. Isn't that kind of crazy? All right, so since this is the first run play, I like to explain gaps and gap responsibility every stream. So you have the center. On both sides of the center, you have an A gap. So you have an A gap, B gap, and then C gap. On the other side, A gap, B gap, C gap, and D gap. So especially the Giants defense, they play very responsibly, is gap assignment. So to stop the run, you should have somebody in each gap. So they have 6 blockers. We only have 6 players. So this is something the Giants sacrificed this week to stop the big plays from Russell Wilson. Is they sacrifice a gap where most weeks you guys who watch this every week, the Giants usually have every gap filled. But this week they didn't. So let's see. You got Nico Lelos in the C gap, Blake Martinez in the backside B, Dalvin Thompson in the backside A, Tay Crowder in the play side A, Dexter Lawrence in the play side B, nobody in the C gap, and then Jabal Sheard playing in that D gap. So that's a favorable run. That's a favorable front for the Seahawks to run against. And honestly, they had a lot of the game, and they got away from the run. Once they lost the lead, they got away from the run, and I thought that was a mistake by them. And I don't think the Cardinals will make that mistake. This is actually, I like this play by the Seahawks with this, is you have 68 pulling. It's basically just it really screws up the D lineman. This play neutralizes the D lineman. So what you do is you have this guard coming and pulling backside, and then you have the tight end pulling, blocking, whamming down on Dexter Lawrence. You have this tackle out here on Sheard, and then you have the center going to Crowder. I really like this play design, honestly. Like I hope Patrick Graham went and sent this to the Giants. I love some of the best coaches, man. Their best, you can see their best work in their run designs. That's Cliff Kingsbury, man. Cliff Kingsbury, his best designers are in the run game. Kyle Shanahan, his best play designs are in the run game. Because sometimes past stuff, it's a lot of the same stuff, just in different ways. So first down for the Seahawks. You see Jabril Peppers backs out. We're playing that 2 deep safety, which we don't play a ton of, This was a beautiful throw. I mean, this is a perfect throw by Russell Wilson. He's going to throw. This is the one he throws to the sideline over here, and Peppers puts the hit on him. Notice this. Dalvin, we do this a ton where the defensive tackle comes out here. And what that does is it basically eliminates like the shallow routes when our linebackers are getting deep. But I'll put it in full speed, man. This is just a perfect throw by Russ. And a hell of a catch by Lockett, too. I mean, Peppers can hit. Watch, you'll see Dalvin pop out. And you see Lelos and Shear just making sure to get that pocket, keep that contained. Man, if I was a Seahawks fan, I would be clipping that video. Even though we lost, I'd be like, man, check out this throw. So Shear does a good job collapsing on this. Watch. He does too good of a job, though. He does too good of a job on collapsing on this that Russ should have kept this, but he doesn't. But it gives Carson the ability to cut back. Shear does too good of a job on this. Mayo's a little slow out of it, too. I think Mayo may have flown with that a little too much, Like his gap is right here. This is where, not selfish. David Mayo's not like a selfish player, but here's where when you like want to make a play and make a run stuff can get you in trouble because his gap is supposed to be right here. He's not in that gap right now. He's still controlling it to if they go through here, he can make that. Actually, you know what? I'm nitpicking. That's a fine play by David Mayo. You can't. It's not his fault that Jabal Shear just collapsed that end. So forgive me, David Mayo. That was way too nitpicky. Got 5 wide. Got Logan Ryan blitzing. Forces an errant throw. This wide receiver thought, he's like, oh, I'm wide open. But it was just Edom making a play on the ball. Logan Ryan just messes up the pass. Usually I drink my coffee before. I feel like I'm very calm right now. Maybe it's because I'm watching the defense, and the defense is just calming. Or the offense just if you guys watched it last night, I was getting like so pissed off at some plays. This is a beautiful play by Isaac Edom in man coverage. I mean, watch this one-on-one up here. Great play on the ball. Love there too. I feel like Love is sometimes afraid to hit. But at the same time, I don't blame him because if he does lay that hit, you get a 15-yard penalty and fine $20,000. So, and then third down. Look at who's in on this one. Xavier McKinney. I actually think Xavier McKinney is going to have a bigger role this week as a spy on Kyler because Kyler likes to run more than Russell. Just great man coverage here by Pep. And they kick a field goal. Win. They didn't score another offensive point until the fourth quarter. How about that? All right, next drive. Watch Dexter Lawrence on this play. He makes this play. That's beautiful defensive tackle work. Keeping his hands extended or his arms extended. That's beautiful. You can't really see it from this angle, but if you kind of can. He's got his arms stuck out. Here, let me do this. He's got his arms stuck out like this, and now he's just driving that offensive lineman. He's just driving that offensive lineman. All right, let's get back to this. And then whenever he's ready, Whenever he's ready, he steers the car where he's going to go, and he makes the tackle. He has like 3-4 good plays every game, and then he just does it. He does his like Dexter Lawrence is a really good defensive tackle. I think year 3 will be like when he gets really noticed around the league and breaks out. Play action, Darnay Holmes blitz. Darnay Holmes is we're gonna have a year with Darnay Holmes where he has like 4 sacks. This is an RPO. Russ, see, this is where Patrick Graham, I love what he's doing, and he's trusting these guys to make plays in the run game. You see it every week with Jones RPOs. Watch this linebacker and Devontae Downs. Our linebackers do not look at that. Our linebackers do not fall for the RPOs. Now, it ends up the nickel blitz ends up helping them out a little bit, because if it wasn't a nickel blitz, you would have Holmes playing this zone and then Devontae Downs playing this zone, and it would be like the throw wouldn't be there for Wilson. But because of the nickel blitz, Lockett, who's a smart receiver, just sits on this and curls, and they get the pass. But that's just kind of bad luck in the play you're running there. You just happen to be running a nickel blitz versus the RPO. But Russell Wilson should have handed that off anyways. 3rd down and 4. I did a big breakdown on this, so I won't spend too much time. But this is just the Tay Crowder blitz. Anyway, you'll see good man coverage on the back end. Cool, good man coverage, whatever. This is that amoeba defense. You don't know who's coming. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys. Even Julian Love, who you don't think he's going to come, but he might. 7 guys. Let's talk about their positions. Outside linebacker, safety. Inside linebacker, safety. Defensive lineman, inside linebacker. You see how McKinney comes in? Peppers fakes like he's coming in. Neither one of them do, though. They back out and cover this shallow area. Now, watch how Blake Martinez really isn't rushing the passer. Why is that, Bobby? Why is Blake Martinez not really rushing the passer? Why is he not rushing the passer? Why is Carter Coughlin does rush the passer, but he stays on the outside? It's because when this stunt works with Peppers and Crowder, when this stunt works, instead of trying to rush the passer and getting all in here and trying to do an inside move, when Russell Wilson goes to run out, he's got Blake Martinez standing right there instead of being right here and being able to get outside the pocket. And Tay Crowder is so freaking athletic and fast and instinctual. One of the few, that's yes, did he get schemed for a sack? Yes, but that's a lot on Tay Crowder just being an athletic freak. Seahawks punt. All right, next drive for the Seahawks. We got 4, 5, 6. Wilson takes the check down. I mean, he wants to go deep on this. I mean, watch the routes. He wants Metcalf or Lockett to be over here on that post wheel. He gets the check down, though. Smart play. Second and 4. Look at the personnel right now. You got defensive tackle, defensive tackle, defensive tackle, defensive tackle. You got B.J. Hill, Austin Johnson, Dalvin, and Dex. I'm starting to remember why I wasn't the biggest fan of David Mayo. Now, I like him more than Devontae Downs. But I always got frustrated with the idea that David Mayo was some good run blocker or run defender. He's really not. He's a good backup. Oh, what? Sorry, I watched my language. I just spilled on a power unit. Let me turn it off. I'm gonna throw all this crap. I'm a moron. Turn it upside down. I'm a fucking idiot. Bobby is stupid. If you guys don't know what's going on right now, I spilled coffee on the power strip next to me. Only a little bit, but I ain't trying to get electrocuted. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed those 3 plays. You guys are smart enough. You guys are probably just analyzing it in your head. I mean, this was a very safe game plan, but it worked. Here we go. Okay, now here's something to get excited about. Let's watch Jabril freaking Peppers blow up this running back. Blow him up. Beautiful. Let's watch Carter Coughlin make this offensive tackle look silly. Freaking teamwork makes the dream work, boy. 2nd and 18. Oh, now we're going to look how far we got the safety playing off. We're like, you are not going to beat us deep. Good man coverage. I mean, look at that man coverage. Look at this man coverage all across the board. I'm going to pause this at a random spot. Look at that. Look at Isaac Edom at the top. Look at Darnay Holmes down here. Look at James Bradbury down here. Look at whoever this is down here. Look at Blake Martinez down here. That is some freaking awesome man coverage with the safeties over the top. So as much as I love Patrick Graham, want to give him credit, you got to give these players credit, dude. This is awesome man coverage. That's freaking beautiful football, man. I mean, we don't even run a lot of man coverage. When we do, we dominate. 3rd and 18. I think Russ scrambles on this one. Yep, he's got nothing. All right, let's talk with the chat. I'll do 2 mid film breakdowns. I'll do 2 mid film breakdowns or chats. All right, what's going on? What's going on with the chit chat? Are you surprised nobody kicked the tires on Prince? Must be completely shot. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about him. How do you get this film? As NFL Game Pass. Let's see. Oh, you guys are answering. Good stuff. Pay Graham like a head coach if it's about money. Yeah, but a lot of times I don't think it really is about money. I think it's more so about being trying to get better and better, you know? I mean, that's why those guys are successful, because they want to be better. They want to be the best of the best. I mean, I'm not trying to pat my, but I want to be the best of the best. Like I want to pass that up everybody. I want to do the best YouTube, have the best podcast, have the best Twitter. I want to have the best of the best, and I want to be the top of it. I want to be able to do eventually one day I wanted to be able to do all NFL coverage and be the best of that. So money's always important, but these guys want to be head coaches, and I don't blame them. We need more curl routes on offense. Looking at Arizona, he's a minor player compared to Hopkins, Fitz, Drake. But one guy to be aware is Chase Edmonds. He ran through us last year. Can't forget about him this week. Yep, and they're going to run outside, which will be interesting to see how Graham changes up the defense for that, because it was open for the Seattle team. I'm joining late. What role you see McKinney playing this week? I see him being played. Oh, Zachary kind of answered it. Yes, in that hybrid linebacker safety role. And this week against Kyler, because Kyler runs a ton. I see us running a little more spies. And you guys are answering the questions yourself. Cool stuff. Hey. I miss Qualcomm Stadium. Sometimes I forget the opponent. Jay's being a douche. All right, put you in timeout. The Seahawks are my team, but this was embarrassing to watch as a fan. I'm a Colts. Well, see, this is kind of crazy. I'm a Colts fan now that the Chargers aren't in San Diego anymore. Yeah, I would have moved with them because it's in state, but that sucks. I mean, as a Nets fan, it broke my heart when they left New Jersey. But because they still kept the Nets name. If they would have changed it like the Brooklyn whatever, I would have moved my allegiance. But because they're still the Nets, and it's like, who am I going to be a fan of? And I'm still a diehard Nets fan, but it did hurt me when they left. The Chargers leaving San Diego to LA made no sense. The NFL, the issue is the Raiders and the Davises wanted to move to Las Vegas. If they were up, like, if you just look in the NFL, why didn't they put the Rams back in LA where they used to be and put the Raiders back in LA? LA loves the Raiders. They love the Raiders. Why not put the Raiders back there and then give if they were hell bent on moving the Chargers out of San Diego, put the Chargers in Vegas. Vegas would have welcomed anybody. You've seen it with the Golden Knights. They would have welcomed anybody. They don't care what team it is. Why move the Raiders? But it was the Davises. But the Raiders should have moved to LA. The LA loves the Raiders. They would have had a nice. I mean, look at the Rams stadium. They would have had a nice stadium. The LA would have embraced the Raiders. And I actually have a lot of Raiders friends, Raiders fans as friends. And I mean, they all agree with that too. It's like, why do we move to Las Vegas? There's one point they were talking about moving to San Antonio. To be honest, I'm starting to lean Leo, who we should extend. I don't think it's wise to bring back both, as we got BJ Hill still. Also, Austin Johnson is solid besides the Bears game. And RJ McIntosh, I'm a big RJ McIntosh guy. I don't think the Seahawks are good as I thought. I am a huge Seahawks fan, and it sucked during this game. Patrick Graham's got a good defense, man, and Russ is going to figure stuff out. Are you going to do Nets content? No, I got kicked off my Nets podcast. So they're a damn shame. And your guys' defense was really good, Seahawks fans. Oh, look. Mark Chan. Love the momentum, stopping timeouts taken late in the fourth. I started to cry when they took the last timeout. Flashbacks of Van Gundy and Coughlin. Van Gundy. Love the momentum, stopping timeouts taken. Started to cry when they took the last time. Flashbacks of Mark. I don't know what you're talking about. Van Gundy and Coughlin. I'm missing something, Mark. Give me. You got like 30 seconds to explain it because I want to go back to the film. But I appreciate the donation. But that I don't know what you're talking about. Love the momentum, stopping timeouts. Taking late. I remember. Well, Joe Judge was pissed as they subbed. And then they didn't let our players sub, so we were off the field. And you remember the Seahawks had like a big player in the middle, and then Judge called a timeout. Ryan Hawk says the Seahawks are good but not well coached. On defense, they're not. You guys have some players, and I went through it. Seahawks fans, if you want to see some stuff that happened in those big plays in the run game, just watch the 10 minutes of the video I did yesterday, the O-line report. I do it every week. A lot of times it wasn't even the Giants like really blocking great. It was the Seahawks players not playing gap responsibility and allowing big plays. Like there was one play that was like 20 yards for Wayne Gallman, and the defensive lineman just spins right out of his gap and he just makes the hole. He's trying to make his play and he screws himself. The narrative of the Seahawks going to show up as such a lazy assessment. The Giants being able to pressure Russ with only 4 made Russ options so difficult. Yeah, I mean they wanted to hit the big plays and the Giants shut that down. Joe Judge took the last time out to get the D reset for the last play. Yes, okay, I got you. You boys lucky you got out of Seattle 5 more minutes of football and we would have gotten the dub. No, we stopped you guys. You guys had a chance to score and we stopped you. Seahawks got a real. I mean, I think the Seahawks. I still think they may have the best shot to get out of the NFC. I know the Packers beat them last year, but I kind of lean Seahawks. Besides the Giants are obviously going to win. No, I don't know. Yeah. All right. Let's get into the next few drives. All right, first play. Let's see. All right, so we're definitely going to get through the first half in this next segment. Again, here, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This. Never mind. There's another play. But even this, Giants the Giants were like, hey, like, if you want to get outside, you're going to have to get outside. But this is something that I like from Graham. It's outside the box where look at the gap that they sacrifice, that outside one. Where it's like, if you're going to get outside, we have Peppers that can make a tackle, Logan Ryan. I mean, it's 6 versus 4 or 6 versus 6. So there's, one open gap, and they decide to leave that outside gap, the open one, which is weird. I don't see that. I haven't seen that. And then the Seahawks run right into it. I don't think the Giants can do that against the Cardinals. Cardinals love to get it out on the edges. That's what's going to be interesting these next couple of weeks is the Cardinals and Browns are two teams that love to get out on the edges. And I don't think we really faced that type of team. The Rams a little bit, but I think the Cardinals and Browns are both better than the Rams offensively. This was the one that should have been an interception to Bradbury. I mean, Giants fans, does this look familiar, this offensive play? Max protect, curls. I hate this freaking play so much. Sometimes it works, but I really do hate this freaking play so much. Because it's just like, look, this is all covered. This isn't covered great, but it should be covered better. It should be bracketed underneath. I hate this freaking play. And then Wilson throws a bad ball and almost gets intercepted. Let's watch Leonard Williams on this one. That's some nice pass rush moves from Leonard Williams right there. He had 5 QB hits besides the 2.5 sacks. He balled. 3rd and 6. Giants showing that double A gap. Nice route and throw by Russell Wilson to Metcalf. You got to trust your guy against Bradbury, who, teams that Bradbury is, he's a top 3 corner in the NFL right now. So this is a great throw by Wilson. Great timing. Puts it in the perfect spot. I mean, that is a perfect throw by Russell Wilson. That throw is even a little bit, that's just a perfect throw. I like watching these throws from this end. That's a perfect throw, man. That's why it's like, man, then maybe the Seahawks can win the Super Bowl is because of throws like that. Devontae Downs is so slow. Watch us. I mean, he just sucks. Now I will give him credit. He does bench press this wide receiver and lock it. But he's just like if there's one player in the NFL where it's like I can get around the corner on, it's Devontae Downs. 2nd and 3. They're going to run the ball. All right, guys, let's do a little trivia. What gap is open? Tell me what gap is open. Let's see. D gap filled. Devontae Downs in the C gap. Leonard in the B gap. Austin Johnson and Blake Martinez, they're playing both A gaps. One's going to play which. And then you got BJ Hill out here in the B gap. Nobody in the C gap. But BJ Hill, he does a good job of getting on the edge and containing it. So it's like they're trying to get on the outside. And then Blake Martinez does a good job. Like this is the hole. This is the gap. Blake Martinez does a good job of getting over. Austin Johnson makes a good play. Getting off his block. Leonard Williams does a good job on the backside. That's, you can't get a cutback. Good team defense. In this next 3rd down run, this is beautiful team defense by the Giants. We'll go play, but no, this isn't it. This isn't the play I'm thinking of. Oh, this is the fumble. Nico Lalos gets the fumble. Nicolelos, LeBron James. He just gets the ball every time. All right, next drive. This was another crazy throw by Russell Wilson. The Giants are blitzing off the edge. Oh, this was the one against Edom. I was like, there's no way Bradbury's playing coverage like that. That is not Bradbury coverage. I was going to say. I mean, watch Peppers come off the edge on this, though. He gets so close to getting there. That's a Jabril Peppers play right there. Watch him go after this. Watch him move through this guard. Stay up. I mean, a quarter of a second from a touchdown, a strip fumble. Strip fumble. What a strip sack. Strip fumble, both the same thing. And the Seahawks are trying to go deep on this. You got him coming out here. If Wilson stays in the pocket, he could hit this. But this is where, and Giants fans, I'll remind you, is when, we go through hindsight and we're a little more positive on Jones than we were a month ago, where, I'll get people like every week I'll get people will be like, they'll freeze frame it and be like, look, he should have hit this. Not every play goes as planned. Like, look, he's staring down a receiver. He's not going through the progression. Like, this is Russell Wilson. It's a Russell Wilson in year 10 or whatever it is now. How long has Russell Wilson been in the league? He was drafted in that luck class, so I guess that's 2012. So 8 years. Was that class 2012 or was it 2000? I can't remember. Wilson checks down on this. But if he stays in this pocket, because you see what he originally reads as this player right here, which I think is Crowder. If he waits waits a second, he's got David Moore wide open. You have Blake Martinez playing this deep Tampa 2. I mean, look how deep these safeties are right now. He had this all day. That's one where I would say that's like you can't have that if you're Russell Wilson. Second and 4. This is the maddening part about Tay Crowder. Is like he plays this with great instincts. With great instincts, just doesn't make the tackle. And that's where Tay Crowder needs to get better. He needs to get better at open field angles, which he was good at that this game, but finishing his tackle sometimes. But other than that, I mean, he has been a huge plus. Got man coverage on the outside here with Bradbury. I get what the Giants were trying to do was to limit big plays. But I feel like on a third down like this, let Bradbury play a little closer. I don't want to second guess him. I don't want to second guess Patrick Graham. But with a QB like Russell Wilson, who's going to put that ball perfectly, you're kind of just giving him that first down, Like, it doesn't matter how good of a corner Bradbury is, and then he misses the tackle trying to make the play. Like, Wilson gets that off coverage, and he's gonna hit that every time. I think this was a screenplay, right? Yeah. This is a screenplay, and Wilson gets it out, and it turns into a 6-yard loss, but it was very close to being but would have ended up being like the 3.5 sack for Leonard Williams of the day. Good job on the Giants for covering this up. They read this. You got all the sheared Blake. You got them. They figured they sniffed it out. Good stuff. Look at this. I like this from Patrick Graham. With Peppers, you don't know what he's going to do. You don't know if they're going to play cover 3. You're going to play these 2 corners deep, and then have, Peppers slam down. You don't let him know what you're going to do. He's playing in a spot where you could be doing anything. And then last second, they bail out, play cover 2. Running back drops it. This is 3rd and long. They're just trying to get it. I give them credit for trying. Some teams don't. I think that would be a punt, right? 4th and sacks time. All right, let's go to the second half. Let's see. We got 1, 2. All right, let's do these 2 drives. I'll talk with the chat, and then we'll finish it off. Toss play. How did they make this happen? You're going to see a crack block on Carter Coughlin here. Crack block on Carter Coughlin. Dwayne Brown gets him. He's able to steal off Blake Martinez. Not steal him off, but get enough on him. Tight end does a good job out here on Bradbury. You got yourself a nice big play. Or 11 yards, but that's a big play. In the run game, at least. Play action, 2-man route. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of these. Russell Wilson runs. Crowder makes the tackle. Just not a big fan of these. But I guess they kind of are a boomer bust mentality, so maybe I do like them more than I realize. What are we doing here? Oh, this is the play Bradbury makes. Fumbles on that screenplay. Third and 2. This is the 3rd and 2 I want to talk about, right? Okay, this is great team defense by the Giants right here. So let's go through this. So you got Carson switches sides. Let's go through the gaps. Coughlin out here in this gap. Blake Martinez in this gap. Larry Williams in this gap. Dex in this gap. Peppers in this gap. Cam Brown in this gap. This is great team football. We're going to start with the defensive tackles. They both pinch down. You are not going to come through these gaps. They both pinch down. Good stuff. Now let's watch Peppers. Peppers makes this play. He gets upfield on this guard and forces the running back to bounce. And then Cam Brown, good job, Cam Brown, for not getting sucked in and thinking he's going to get in this side. Good job for Cam Brown for keeping this outside contained. You keep this outside contained and everyone else can rally. Good 3rd down stop for the Giants. I freaking love that play. Next drive. This is the one where they end up going for on 4th down. Seahawks trying to get deep. Again, this is this comeback on Metcalf. This one's more on Bradbury than scheme. Oh, was that the stiff arm one? Bootleg. You get Lockett in the flats. Guys gather. Good stuff. Nothing crazy to go over there. 2nd and 9. You got both these linebackers up in the Peppers and Got man coverage. I mean, just really good. I mean, good man coverage with the safeties deep. Let's see how the pass rush does. And watch Larry Williams on this, man. Fighting through. Good stuff. Now watch. Now here's who you need to watch. Watch BJ Hill take the life out of this right guard. Wow. Just bull and pull. So he does that. Now I just want you to watch number 68. This guy looks defeated. He's like, I quit football. I don't want to play football anymore. That's what it looks like. I've kind of felt bad for him in the moment as an offensive lineman. I felt bad for him. 3rd and 4. Get the shallow route. Love playing underneath. Good tackle by Darnay Holmes. Get it to 4th and 1. Then 4th and 1, the Seahawks are going to do this bootleg play. Edom does a great job covering here. And then Blake Martinez is who makes this play. Pepper just covering here. Watch Blake Martinez come back and fall off on this tight end. This play is supposed to work. Blake Martinez is supposed to get over here. Carter Coughlin does a good job of chasing this down. I mean, just great feel and instincts by Blake Martinez in coverage. Just watch Martinez. He doesn't overgo. He doesn't overgo with this. I mean, this tight end is supposed to get open. But Blake sits on it. Freaking beautiful. Freaking beautiful. Let's talk with the chat. What's going on, the chat? What's going on, the chat? Let's see. Okay. Bro, I'm sick of Washington fans saying they better than us like we swept them. I know. Do you think the Patriots have a chance of clinching the playoffs? Clinching? No. Getting in? Possibly. I need to look at the AFC standings. My hair's all over the place. I agree. Needing 5 extra minutes to beat Colt McCoy. I mean, you had 60. I've always hated that argument. If you had 2 more minutes, look, well, you had 60. I'm curious to see with DJ back, hopefully, if we can sustain long drives and own the time of possession with our balanced offense attached. If we allow our defense to rest, we can be dangerous. I agree. Gents run game best cure to keep Kyler off the field. Yep, NFL Game Pass. The outside run concerns me the most for our next 2 games. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how we adjust to it, because Patrick Graham's not gonna like, this is my defense, this is what we do. He's gonna adjust for it. So I can't wait to see that, honestly. Crowder will get better with tackling, thinking he's at a few expenses. Yeah, he's very tall and skinny, but he'll beef up. Frick Giants, man, frick you. At the beginning of the year, let's see. All right. Carter Coughlin will be everything Giants fans wish Ryan Connolly to be and more. They don't play the same position, so I disagree. It's been cool to have both of them. All right. I could do the Ryan Connolly argument with anybody. Every argument I will win that argument. I'm sorry. People are like, oh, he's not playing for Minnesota. Let me just say I will win that argument. Let's see. But I do like Carter Coughlin a lot. And I love that his last name. Get laid last week. Blake plays sound and phone and won't get fooled on looks. Yeah, Blake's a beast. I love Blake Martinez so much. Let's see. How does Edom's play now compare to Baker's play at the end of last year? Kind of similar, actually, because Baker was getting better as the year went along. So pretty similar. But I would have loved to see Baker in this scheme, man. That guy he had all the potential in the world. I don't know if he was going to reach it, but he had so much potential. I would have loved to see him in this scheme buying in. Let's see. Hey, Bobby, who do you think would be our toughest opponent in the remaining 4 games? I know they're struggling right now, but I still think it's the Ravens. Their defense is very good. They are fast, aggressive. They don't play scared. And I know Lamar Jackson's having struggles, but that offense can score a ton of points really quickly. Has anyone named Peppers not been a baller? I mean, you got Julius Peppers. I don't think I know if I know of any other Peppers. You have not changed shirts since we won. Yes, I have. I just have the same hoodie. I have like 10 of these neon shirts. I used to use because I used to do pools, so I just bought 10 of them and I wear them all the time. So I don't like wearing them out, but if it's cold out and I'm wearing a hoodie or my jacket over there, they're perfect. It's like they're comfortable. You just put them under. But I have changed shirts. I saw Graham went to Yale. No wonder he's smart AF. Yeah, he is very smart, but sometimes those Ivy League guys they're too smart for their own good. Volusia County, what's going on, Clyde Frog? I'm Brevard. 3, 2, 1, countdown counting. Let's see. Do fat white men with long hair make the best linemen? The evidence is there. No, look at Chad Wheeler, which we'll get to Chad Wheeler late in the game. How old are you, Bobby Buckets? I'm 28. You think Jones or Judge override any of Jason Garrett's calls, especially the stick play? I don't know. We almost had an interception off that. Let's see. A lot of the same questions. I love how Jones is playing with less wasted movement, sound technique. Yeah, it's been good. No, you don't. You're lying, James. Okay, name something. Name a not a big street. What's the main street where you have like a Walmart on it? It goes from Vieira to Palm Bay. Name that road. Name that road, James, because I don't believe you until you name it. You got the Melbourne Walmart's on there, the bowling alley across the street. Name it. If you don't name it, then I don't believe you, James. You look early 40s, but in a good way. You get that a lot. I've gotten both. I get the baby. Babyface and Wickham Road, my man. You know it. You are from Melbourne, dude. We got to get a beer sometime, James. That's funny. Message me on Twitter. That's not funny. That's cool. He's lying. He's from Mims. Are you guys know each other? You better not be from Mims. Oh man, that's funny. And then Hot Dog, he went to the same college as me. It's kind of funny. That's funny. Christmas is in the Bible. The Antichrist was born on Christmas. Christmas is in the Bible. I don't celebrate Christmas, but the Antichrist wasn't born on Christmas. Unless he was, but the Antichrist wasn't born on Christmas. But neither was Jesus. I know that aggravates people when I say it, but I just have to say it. We're starting to get random people in here who are like, "Oh, the Giants." It's like, what do you click on this for? I don't know. Bobby gives me Kenny Powers. I like it. Bobby, you're a true Florida man. All right, we got to finish. Let's finish the plays, and then we can talk and screw around. Sound good? Okay, I like this guy's question, Gators. Bobby, will you do a breakdown of this year's draft? Would appreciate input. I mean, Gator, I love you, but duh, I'm going to talk about the draft. All love, though. I literally live 2 minutes from the Walmart and the bowling alley. That's crazy. That's funny, James. I'm actually in Melbourne right now. My office is on Aurora Road. I probably shouldn't have told you that. You're going to come knock on my door. Oh, well, it is what it is. Hopefully you're not a psycho, James. Because I can, buddy. Hey, that's your right. Skull, got a Vikings fan in here. I spent a couple years at St. Olaf, as well as did Hot Dog, who's in the chat. So I know Minnesota pretty well. I'm not even Giants. That's kind of cool that people that aren't Giants fans are coming in here. That's cool. You guys will like this channel during the draft because we're going to be doing a lot of draft content. So cool stuff. All right, let's get into this. Let's finish this, and then I'll talk with the chat for 2 hours if I feel like it. Let's finish this game though. Let's see how many drives we have left. We have this drive that goes into the fourth quarter. 2. All right, we got 3 drives left. All right, we're gonna finish this off. All right, run play. Did anybody? I'm gonna start just highlighting individual plays if anybody makes an individual play. Good job on Sheard from the back end. 2nd and 9. What do we got here? Got to cover 3. This is a good concept by the Seahawks hitting every level. It's a quick concept, but you got Metcalf here. You got this running back in the flats, and then you have him over the middle, and then here. So basically you have 3 guys covering 4 because you got 3 guys coming deep right here. You got 3 guys covering 4. So Peppers has to make a decision. Like, am I going to leave this wide open or am I going to cover this slant with Metcalf? And both of them have to cover, either him or Bradbury has to cover that running back in the flats. So quick, good. This is like when I talk about Jason Garrett. When you're playing the way, like if you're playing the way the defense, the Giants are playing, where they're trying to stop the big play, that's when these quicker concepts work. That's my issue with Garrett is he calls plays like we have the Dallas Cowboys offense from like with the big wide receivers and the running back and the offensive line. He calls plays like teams respect us, and they just don't. We're being blitzed more than any team in the NFL. They're playing super aggressive in their coverage. Good job by Sheard here. Let's watch Sheard. Gets inside. Blake Martinez replaces his gap. Good tackle by Darnay Holmes. Darnay Holmes, didn't he get banged up on this play? I was so scared when Darnay got hurt. Deep cover 3. I mean, dude, hey, Seahawks fans, here's what I'll tell you. We respected the crap out of your guys' big plays. I mean, look at that. Look at how far Logan run. We haven't done that. I'll tell you, Seahawks fans that are watching this, we have not played coverage like that all year against anybody. That shows how much respect they have for Russell Wilson, man. Larry Williams gets himself a nice little sack here. Tate Crowder forces him outside. Good stuff. Bam. Coverage sack. So basically, Seahawks, you guys, now they got the big play. So, they got freaking like 3rd and 1 million or 2nd and 1 million. There was a penalty on this one. 2nd and 30. Giants are just playing soft. So Seahawks fans, you guys should be actually calling some more Jason Garrett plays where it's these quick concepts because it's open. Then underneath this stuff, so I think the Seahawks should really try and get their quick game going so that they can get back to those big plays because teams respect the big plays so much that it's like, okay, you gotta build back in those quick concepts, or you can run those deep concepts, but you got to tell Wilson, like, dude, you got to see if it's not there, you got to get to the check down quick. Now, this one's not one of those examples because it's it's 3rd and like 1 million. So that's why I always say defenses always catch up with offenses as the years goes on. 4th and 18. It's just the way the NFL goes. The offenses come out hot every single year, unless you're the Giants. The next play, I guess this is the Russell Wilson interception. Let's go through it. The offenses, this is just a good. Tate Crowder makes this play. Watch here. Collapses on this. And then a nice interception by Holmes. Actually, no, the running back drops that. My bad. I'm thinking of another play. I'm thinking of an incompletion. But here's the thing. If the Seahawks are here. Like, this is a deep play. Cool. But if you're Russell Wilson, you got to see where this coverage is shaded and hit this guy out here. Or you got to realize, like, this is not going to open up downfield and throw this now. Like, this pump fake, he's trying to make this play. And I love that about Russell Wilson. but defenses are not playing you that way anymore. The Giants they stopped the big play, and that's exactly what they did. So the Seahawks, like, they can fix this, They have all the capabilities to do this. Obviously, you want the big, and if anyone who's a Giants fan and watches these regularly, Giants had the ball. How much I put an emphasis on getting big plays. But a lot of it is for this reason right here, is all this underneath stuff we left wide open for the Seahawks. And this is where Patrick Graham is good, though, is he plays every team differently. And instead of being like, having defensive coordinators where it's like, oh, this defensive coordinator, he likes to blitz a lot. This defensive coordinator he likes to run man coverage a lot. This defensive coordinator, he runs a cover 2 Tampa 2 scheme. This defense, play to your strengths. And that's what Patrick Graham does. And that's why I'm excited. That's why I love Patrick Graham. He throws in different confusing looks every week. Replacement zones, which is my favorite thing in football, is replacement zones. Most interceptions last year, and I have to find the tweet by Andy Benoit, who's maybe one of my favorite guy that covers the whole league, Andy Benoit. Of how most interceptions come from those replacement zones, where it's not just blitzing and playing man coverage and having a good corner. A lot of it comes from those replacement zones where a safety comes back down and plays the cornerback role, and the corner backs out and plays the safety's role. Or, the safety pops down and plays the middle linebacker's role while the middle linebacker blitzes and the defensive lineman, stuff like that. That's why I like Patrick Graham. He doesn't play, like Greg Williams. Greg Williams likes to blitz, and if he's got the personnel, it can be really good. But what sucks about Greg Williams is he just if he doesn't have the personnel, it's still blitz. Well, dude, that doesn't work. It doesn't work if you don't have the personnel. Jim Schwartz in Philly. I just run cover 3 every play. Cover 1, cover 3 every play. Doesn't matter who my personnel is. Well, it's dude, you don't have the personnel to do that. And I mean, those kind of coaches need to die in the NFL. These coaches who play their scene. Now, if you're Monty Kiffin, and I will say this, Monty Kiffin, if you're old enough to know him, who created the Tampa 2 defense. I loved Monty Kiffin. That Tampa 2 works so good for the Bucs defense. I really think that Bucs defense is the best defense of all time. I think it's better than the 86 Bears. That Bucs defense from the 2002, I think, is the best defense of all time. But then you saw Monty Kiffin go in Dallas and try and run that Tampa 2, and they're giving up 40 points a game. It's well, I run the Tampa 2. I'm Monty Kiffin. It's dude, you got to adapt. You got to adapt to who your players are. And that is what Patrick Graham does, and why I love Patrick Graham. Like I said, that Tampa defense with Monty Kiffin, the defense coordinator, best defense of all time. He goes to Dallas, and he's not a good defensive coordinator. And then Rod Marinelli came in and, got the most out of that defense. That, they went from horrible to a good defense the next year. This is the play where Judge was pissed off because he didn't get his players to sub in, so you're confusing. You have this whole wide open hole in the zone. You don't have guys rushing the passer. Big play. I need to clip that. I just gave a speech. Run play. And this is just good by Dex and Dalvin right here. Watch Dex and Dalvin collapse on this. I mean, Dex is just forcing this down. Dalvin, there's no hole there. Blake fills. You had Lelos out on the edge, collapsing. 2nd and 8. Russell Wilson gets see, this is what I was talking about. Look. Wilson should see this and be like, this is not going to open up. This is not going to open up downfield. So hit the check down. Now, the Seahawks should have another route built into there, too. So it's not just a check down. So if they did cover that, where he's not screwed. But it's sees it's not there, get to the check down. Quick. Russ should have been doing that all game. And that's why going into this game, if you guys remember, I tweeted out, I was I'm excited to play the Seahawks. I'm excited to play a QB who's not going to check down every play. Yeah, man coverage here. I mean, just good coverage all around. Just as James Bradbury on Metcalf. Good coverage all around. This is great man coverage. I'll do another freeze for him. You got man coverage with the safety over the top. Let's just stop it when these guys are making their breaks. Now that's not great coverage right here, but all the rest of this is really good coverage. Who gets this hit on Russ? Bam! Carter Coughlin put a hit on Russell Wilson right there. 2nd and 10. Was this the touchdown play? I think this was the touchdown play. No, this is a sack by Leonard Williams. Sheard gets it. Sheard just Chad Wheeler, man. Seahawks fans, I know since there's a few in here, I am so sorry you have to deal with Chad Wheeler. He's horrible. We didn't hate him because he wasn't Eric Flowers, but he's horrible. I think I missed the play that Dalvin or Dex just like destroyed Chad Wheeler when I got on my soapbox. 3rd and 15, playing man coverage. Giants get called for defensive holding. Which, I mean, let's see. I mean, how much holding is that, you know? But it is what it is. So this is the touchdown play. Nope, this isn't it. Actually, it is. This is why the Giants tried to keep Russ in the pocket. I know it sounds like silly and like football talk, but we'll look at it. Look at Russ gets out of the pocket. He's able to make that beautiful ass throw. I mean, a perfect throw, touchdown to Carson. And let's watch. Now, I'm not going to call BJ Hill selfish, but this is why it's important to contain the edge. Watch BJ Hill. He's trying to win this. Goes inside, which is awesome. But because you're playing Russell Wilson, that inside move allows Russ to get outside the pocket. Now, this also could have been a play where they gave BJ Hill free reign, you know? So I don't want to – I like to point it out when it's ran, when you could tell when it's ran. So they could have been told BJ Hill, like, hey, go, use your inside pass rush move, whatever. But that is a play right there while you try to keep Russ in the pocket. All right, so Seahawks score, and the Giants fans are nervous. Get the ball back with 1:48 left. Let's go through it. Let's finish this game. And then we'll talk about Melbourne, Florida. Russ, like I said, we're covering deep. I like this concept from the Seahawks where you have Lockett in the drag route and then the check down now here. I mean, that's a lot of space. Now, obviously, that's less than 2 minutes left, so there's going to be a little more space there. Good blocking. I mean, this is just like a cover 4, cover 3, maybe cover 3 cloud. And the reason I think it might be cloud. Cloud means this corner just stays in the flats. God, this is a nice throw and catch by Russ and DK. I mean, Russ making time with his feet. And that's a beautiful freaking throw, man. Good on DK. I mean, listen, Bradbury, he held DK in check, but he didn't clamp DK, God, that's a freaking beautiful throw right there. First down. Giants playing man coverage. I mean, let's why does Russ have to run out of this? Man coverage, and once he's breaking out, it's like, oh, does Tyler Lockett break open at the end? Yeah, but at this point, Russ is already here. And so you want him to stop and make that throw? It's probably not going to happen. And you got everybody playing, 6-7 yards off down here. Got Crowder covering the middle because you don't have Blake. And that's fine. You take that from Crowder at this point in the game. Let's watch Dex on this play on the nose on the center. Let's watch Sheard on Wheeler. Wheeler just doesn't look like a football player. I'm sorry. First and 10. Oh, this is the one Julian Love dropped. This is a good move. This is a great route from Lockett. He gets open, but that's why you play that safety over the top, is to stop that. Because even if that throw is thrown perfectly, like Julian Love probably breaks that up anyways. But he should catch it. Catch it, Julian Love. Game would have been over. All right, second and 10. I believe this is a Leonard Williams sack, right? Playing soft coverage. Oh, this is the play by Tay Crowder and Peppers. This is awesome. Great instincts in zone coverage. Watch Crowder right here, and Pep close in on this. I mean, Pep just lays a hit on him. We'll watch it from the other end. Bam! That's a hit by freaking Pep. So that would mean this is the sack. Yep. Great stunt up here. Got man coverage on the back end. Dalvin takes that guard. Sack. Big cat. Big sack. And then now you have fourth down. I almost thought they were going to catch it. I thought right here was Moore was going to, or Lockett was going to catch this. I mean, look how close. Like, I mean, that bounces a little differently, and it's like, oh my gosh, of course. All right, and Giants win. Good stuff. Good stuff, New York Giants. Oh no. Okay, you guys could see that, right? Could you guys see all that? Because it didn't do the stop sharing. Oh no. Have I been doing that? Oh no. Do you guys want me to do it again? I just went through 3 drives. And you have 130 people in here? All right, guys, I'm going to kill myself. Come on! Son of a... All right, I'm not doing it again. You guys are making me feel good about it. So you guys saw me. I didn't see it, and when I'm doing that, I'm not having my I don't have my face on camera, so I'm like I'm not like conscious of that. Oh my god! So you guys saw me go on that defensive corner. Oh my gosh, that sucks. That's how alcohol works. I'm not drinking. Oh my gosh. That sucks. If that ever happens again, you guys need to all go DM Justin and tell need to call Bobby. You need to call Bobby. Oh my gosh. I've missed so many questions in here. Just went through 3 drives. Hey, don't worry. We could picture the plays. Thank you, Harrison. Oh, my gosh. That is so frustrating. Oh, maybe Justin was calling me. Nope, he didn't. Let my phone on Do Not Disturb. You got to be freaking kidding me. Oh, my. I can't believe you guys all stayed on this. I DM'd you on Instagram. Yeah, maybe I should not put my phone on Do Not Disturb. That is so frustrating. All right, let's do some questions though. Let's move on. I'm an idiot. Shut up. I know this isn't funny, but when chats do stuff like this, I think it's so funny. Where's Justin? Justin's doing his own thing. This is my thing. Justin does his stuff. Invests in a second monitor. Oh my gosh, I'm a dope. All right, let's I sent you Bobby like 50 times. Let's see. I don't see it. All right. You're still the best. Should probably start drinking. Stop with the rest in peace KD stuff. Were they all right, let's move on from there. Let's move on from that. I'm off that. What do you guys think of my Odell rant today? I thought I did that pretty well. I actually did that same rant 2 years ago after the ESPN interview on a show called Some Man Radio. So I basically just refreshed that rant. Does Justin do black tar heroin in his free time? Yes, he does actually. Stay off the weed. I do. Welcome to FaceTime with Bobby Skinner. I am actually a big time FaceTime guy too. I don't like to do. I actually hate texting. I do. Like when someone I hate to have if you're gonna have a conversation with me, just call me. Or if you need to tell me something, I just hate checking my phone like that. Did you see what McKinney posted on Instagram? No, I didn't, but I can go look right now. Let's see. Now I just got the message from Simon. What did McKinney post on Instagram? Was it a post or a story? At least you don't pick your nose. I try to not pick my nose. Everywhere I've been, I turn the doubters into believers. Guess I got to do it again. Oh, so he wants to play more. I don't blame him. Let's see. You should grow that beard out. I can't really grow a beard. I can do it like a long goatee, but it's patchy. I can't grow a great beard, but I can do a goatee. If you look at some of the earliest videos on this channel, I had a goatee. Where do you live? I live in Florida. Strong Opinion Port says we should go after Matt Stafford because DJ isn't our guy. Thoughts? I don't really know that guy a ton, but I disagree. He went from believing in DJ to one game being like, I don't believe in DJ. Come on. Because people were in here about the chat telling me about that the other day or a couple weeks ago. Who do you think is the best Giant ever other than LT? I think Strahan or Gifford. Well, I'm not old enough to know about Gifford. I would go Strahan. Back to the questions. If Giants make the playoffs and win the division and they shut down the stadiums again because of COVID, where do they play the game? I don't think they're going to shut the stadiums down. I also am a big I don't give opinions on Corona because I don't know. What do I know? We did a show talking sports a little bit in the summer, and it was seemed and this is no offense to my co-hosts, but it's every week they're all right, we should talk about this, COVID, this. And I was I don't want to talk about COVID. I'm so tired of talk. I have no opinion on it. I'm not. I get it involves sports, but I have no opinion. I'm not going to get on my soapbox and be like, how dare these people go out? Because guess what? We probably aren't all living up to the perfect expectations of Corona. We're probably not. You probably slip up here and there. So I'm not going to hate on someone because they slip up more than I do. Because there could be someone who slips up less than me, being like, yeah, I didn't do that. But you know what? Like the other day, I came inside with my mask. I left, and I forgot I left in the house. I was going to the store. I was like, well, I'm going to go in the store and get what I need real quick, and so I turn around and get my mask. So, but somebody could be like, hey, that person's not there. And then I go to some person who doesn't want, So anyways, do you have lots of COVID? I've never had COVID. I really don't know like anybody who's gotten it besides a couple people. Should Indiana be? I don't know anything about college football. Thoughts on a possible replacement for Graham if he's snagged? If you go in-house, you could look at Kevin Sherrer, the linebackers coach, or Coach Chaos, Spencer, Sean Spencer. Although I think he would benefit from a year of working with like a linebacker group instead of just a D lineman, like the same way Graham did. But Kevin Sherrer could be a guy outside. People have said Patricia, and then people like talk me off of that because I don't know a ton about him. But usually it's the guys we don't know, Strong opinion of Ports was a lock apologist. Yeah, right. That's not good. Bobby, have you seen any gators? Yeah, I've seen tons of gators. Gators. Oh, that painting should be banned in Florida. What painting are we talking about? One time my dad, speaking of gators, look at this eraser. My dad and my uncle, who are nuts. My family's from the north. Like my dad and my uncle, like they grew up in New Jersey, and we moved down here when I was a kid. So they're not rednecks, but my dad likes to do redneck stuff, So my dad, and he's an adrenaline junkie, so he bought an airboat, and they literally caught an alligator, crocodile hunter style, or Steve Irwin style, like jumping off an airboat, catching it, brought it home, put it in this big old dog cage. Oh man, I shouldn't tell the story, but we put it in this dog cage. And then, so it's my uncle's, my cousin who was like 4 or 5 years old birthday that day, the next day. So we're like, okay, we'll show it to the kids at the birthday. This is a horrible story to tell. So we bring it over to my uncle's house, a couple hours before the birthday party. But these alligators can climb like crazy, and this was like a huge dog cage. So we put like a plywood on the top of the cage, like there was still bars in it, but like he could, they can get through tight spaces. And they forgot to put the cinder block on top of the plywood, and the gator got out, and we never saw him again. While my uncle had a birthday party at his house with the gator on the loose, but he just probably went to there's a lake a 1/10 of a mile away that I'm sure he went to. And I probably shouldn't have told that story, and PETA people are going to cancel me. I want to know what painting you're talking about, Marcel. Let's see. Read the entire chat on your free time. It's hilarious. I might have to do that. SOS will turn around. He owns up to his bad. I don't know much about him. I'll be honest. I've watched like a video here and there, but I haven't watched. I really haven't watched much on him since like he was getting big before the 2019 draft. Like that's when I kept on seeing his stuff all over the place. Since then, I just haven't seen him a ton. It's weird how like those guys, like they pop up, they're big, and then like you kind of forget about them. But again, it's like he probably gets tons of views too. Like I remember him being shared like crazy with Giants fans. Do you think Gallman stays after the season? Yeah, but the idea that Gallman's going to get more than like 3 million, like look at Gallman's entire body of work and think like, is someone going to pay Gallman? Probably not. Someone said I missed the rant. It's on the channel. I actually clipped it from the podcast and made this his own video. Who'd you vote for? You want to actually know who I voted for? I will share with you guys. Now talk about pissing people off. This is going to piss people off. And right now, if you're a Joe Biden voter, you're like, oh my gosh, is he going to show his ballot voting for Trump? And then if you're a Trump voter, you're going to say, oh my gosh, is he showing his ballot for Biden? Really going to piss me off. This is really going to piss me off. I voted for Bobby Skinner, Justin Pennick. Let me remove this. Ta-da! People didn't think I was going to do it. I did it. I'm a man on my word. I'm staying at your place when we go to Raymond James. Cool. See you there. One game, he gives up on DJ, but won't ever give up on Drew Lock because he has a good arm strength. Drew Lock doesn't have like that great of an arm strength either. Like it's like I don't. You look at Drew Lock's arm and Daniel Jones' arm and see like a difference. I used to have a nice dog, but he's seen a gator. That sucks, dude. I hate those videos where you see a dog like in a gator's mouth. Talking Giants. What wide receiver would you like to draft if we pick at 19? If Pitts, Freeman, I wouldn't draft a tight end. Why? I mean, I know Devontae Smith is good. Jamar Chase, obviously. Did y'all eat it? No. We let it live. Oh, I already finished the question. I have something to say for this, but I won't. Y'all can guess it. I've eaten gator before. It's okay. Yeah, it's like it honestly tastes like popcorn chicken. Last time I had gator was actually in the Keys. Crowder and Coughlin are two of the most versatile players on our defense, and they are 7th round picks. Crazy, yeah. Coughlin, I don't know how much of a ceiling he has because he's kind of like undersized, but he's got like real pass rush. Like I thought he was like pretty pro, like not pro ready of like to come in and dominate, but I thought he was kind of pro ready, you know. Gosh, the chat is weird with me. It's so annoying. Like I'll be going through it and then it'll just take me to the bottom. Let's see. Have you been into any Giants games? Last one I went to was the Dolphins game, Eli's last game. I love Judge, but at what point do we consider Graham? Yeah, you can't do that. You get yourself in trouble doing that. You can't fire a good coach to keep, you know, I get what you're saying, though. I'm dying to see McKinney get more snaps like I need it. Yeah, now that he did that Instagram story, now I don't think he's not going to get it. That Instagram story means he's not going to get a ton of snaps this week. Because today was a walkthrough. They're installing game plan. McKinney's not going to play a ton this week. So thanks, McKinney, for letting Arizona know that. Joe Jorgensen, guaranteed. Nope. Skinner. Oh, yeah. I'm finally catching up on the chat a little bit. Do you think the Giants have a strong enough offense to end the season with 40 home runs and 200 RBIs? 40 home runs for a team? 200? Are you guys? You're kidding me, right? You're not a baseball fan if you're asking that question. I mean, I voted Biden, but I'm mad I didn't vote Skinner Pennick. You should be. Do you often fly up the Giants games? Nope. I've only been to one game at MetLife, which was that game. But going forward, when they open it back up, I'll go to one game. I'll go to one game a year, probably December game every year. Let's see. Do you watch those videos a lot? Are you talking about? Yeah, I don't. I watch QB School, even though I don't even watch all his videos. Jamar Chase phone with on. Then you agree. Jones slung it for 60 yards, but since Slayton dropped it, nobody will ever see it. Yeah, and he did that in college too. Nate Robinson said he might retire. He said he's keeping his like he doesn't. He said he doesn't know what he's going to do. He may get forced into retirement, to be honest. Let's see. Do the Giants need a stronger bullpen? They need a stronger everything. Oh, my Melbourne people. They're the manager. What was his name? Bruce Bochy. Am I saying that? What was their manager's name? He's a Melbourne guy. Better chance on being the team next year. Zeitler or Solder? Zeitler for sure. Solder, I could not see being on the team. I wish I saw you at Eli's. That was such a cool moment, man. That was a cool moment to be there for. Strength is he's awesome, but he's a DJ fan, but not a believer. That's fine. That's totally fair. I mean, I think I believe in DJ, but I'm not like a definitive like he's gonna be great. I think he's got everything to be it, and I do think he will, but it's not like a definitive. Pat Graham is dope doesn't mean he'd be a good head coach. That's true, but I think he will be a good head coach, though. You know, I don't think he's simply just a good defensive coordinator. You know, I think Patrick Graham has that. He has a temperament for it. I think Patrick Graham will be a good head coach. So we'll see. I think he's somebody who can let go of the play calling too. I think we'll see eventually. Let's see. What are your goals for this channel? To get as big as possible. Make more and more money off of it. I mean, I like doing this stuff, and I've made a career out of it, which is cool. Like, kind of crazy when you think about it. So it's cool. Judged by the bullies. Well, basically, they're going to be like, you can retire or we're going to cut you. And he's going to make the same amount of money each way. And I don't think anyone's someone could sign him, but it's like, does Solder want to go sign somewhere for the minimum and be a back? Like, what it depends on what Solder wants to do. And honestly, I hate Solder sucks. And we talked about it a lot. But what him and his family go through, dude, is so brutal. Like, I've shed tears for that dude, man. What his family's like, with him and his son. I mean, it sucks, dude. I feel for that family, man. I mean, there's times where it's like when we were having, like, before he opted out and like the debates, like Thomas Solder's like, man, I don't enjoy doing this debate once because like I just feel bad talking about Nate Solder in a bad light, Would the Giants fans like a logo rebrand? No, I like consistency, New to the channel, I appreciate it. Where did you play in your playing days? Team position, thanks. Played offensive tackle for St. Olaf in Minnesota. Hot Dog, who's in the chat, goes there. He plays on the hockey team. Have you seen improvements of DJ's pre-snap calls at a line of scrimmage? Big time. That's where really the biggest improvements have been this year, and you've seen him audibling out a little more, and that's where the big plays have come from DJ audibles. I think year or two before he heads out like Spags. Yeah, and I think Spags is a good defensive, but I don't think Spags is I don't think he can do what Graham has done with this talent, Although I think we need to start acknowledging that this defense has a lot of talent on it. Peppers is talented. Logan Ryan, James Bradbury, Blake Martinez. You have all these defensive linemen. Like, this defense has talent on it. And the cornerback too is like where we were scared. Is DJ playing well in spite of Garrett, or is this a good offense for him? In spite. And I know that gets some people aggravated, but it is totally in spite. I mean, think about it. DJ has had some like perfect games, and they put up like 20, like the Eagles game. DJ was flawless. Every downfield attempt he turned into yards. He averages on plays that attack downfield, which doesn't mean throwing deep, just plays that attack downfield. He averaged 18 yards per attempt. We had 27 points. He played flawless in that game. We had 27 points. Let's see. I like the classic one too, like the, like that. I like if they went back to that, I would be cool with it. It'd be a little worrisome because like this could be called copyright like crazy, but it is what it is. Let's see. Peppers has become a star. I agree, man. I synced it in him too. I always liked Peppers. Peppers was really good last year too. He was somebody who like I know the defense was bad, but Peppers was really good last year. Let's see. We're at 1 hour and 33 minutes. I'll go for another 5 minutes or so. Sterling Shepard is really underrated. He is. He definitely is. I mean, before this past game with Jones, he's averaging like an 84% catch rate, which is just nuts. Nuts. Who's King Tone? I don't even know who that is. Is he somebody? Oh, them Crow Rouse need to go. No, King Tone doesn't mean he doesn't mean like you just eliminate Crow Rouse from the playbook, but I'm not a fan of them. Bobby, you think we'll finally use McKinney as a spy for Kyler Murray since he's fast? I don't know. If you look at his Instagram story, if you look at Xavier McKinney's Instagram story, he basically is like, I got to prove them wrong. So since we have been winning, people are complacent about keeping the offense the same, even though we barely win. Yeah, and I get that. And I always remind myself, like, you people are crazy because you're in here, but most people, 95% of people, Don't watch film after the game. And honestly, you shouldn't. Be a normal person, you know? Like, I've always hated, like, when people go, like, oh, you don't watch the film. It's like, yeah, of course. Like, you shouldn't have to watch film to have an opinion. My thing where I do get aggravated with people, though, is when they see me put in the work, and I'll, like, put in, like, all these, and they'll be like, nope, you're wrong. Like, the Lemieux Hernandez thing. You had people like, nope, someone's like, oh, you lost all credibility because you said Hernandez better than Lemieux. It's like, even if you disagree with me, I lost all credibility. Like, I'd literally break this down for you guys every week. I lost credibility, but stop reading my comments. I'm just a troll, but I like trolls. That's the thing. I like trolls. I think trolls are funny. Like, you can't. I just think you guys are funny. I mean, if you're a Patreon, if you're a Patreon user and you stayed for the after show the other night, I gave you the playbook. Like, people who prank call and stuff, if you just play along, you ruin a prank call. If you get mad at stuff, that's how you that's how trolls win. Which I get mad sometimes, especially like Twitter replies. I watched the film to form. Yeah, and that's like, but you're crazy, Mr. Chicken. Like, you love the, like, you are a diehard fan. You are a diehard fan. Like, but it's like not everybody is, you know. Like, before I was doing this, I didn't rewatch the Giants film. You know, I just, I watched the game and I talked about it. All right, this Luke keeps on asking this. Can you explain your business relationship with John Boy? He employs me. That's our relationship. It's kind of simple, you know. Can you explain your business relationship with your boss? Why Paper Planes? Are you going to showcase a different song? Paper Planes was just, I don't know, it just came in my head. And I mean, that song just randomly gets into the rotation every once in a while. You're wrong, Bobby. Trolls are not funny. You've lost all credibility. You've lost all credibility. Allen Robinson or Kenny Golladay for the Giants in free agency. Allen Robinson's better than Kenny Golladay, but I as somebody that was like all in on signing a wide receiver, I'm kind of going away from that and being like, let's keep this defense intact, and maybe you get a Corey Davis, or maybe just like draft somebody. We'll see what happens, but I'm kind of going off of the, like, let's pay a big wide receiver. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't want it. Do you think we get a big play? Okay, I just answered that. I think we can see. I think we may go wide receiver. Like, wide receiver could be a spot we go in the first round. You know, I think free agency will tell the story of what we're doing at wide receiver. Actually, I'm a diehard too. My dad thinks I'm crazy, even though I'm just a regular college. Yeah, like, that's like I live off of the diehards. Is John Boy a person or a company? Both. There's John Boy, and then there's John Boy Media. And I mean, I hate to explain it to you, but John Boy owns John Boy Media. You know, it's. Oh man, if you had one player from any team, what would it be? Well, I'll eliminate QBs because that would be cheating. I'm saying Patrick Mahomes. DeAndre Hopkins would be nice. I wouldn't do an offensive lineman, not a tight end. Actually, although Kittle healthy really changes the team because he's a good run blocker and a receiver. So maybe, okay. So right now on my list, I have DeAndre Hopkins, George Kittle. That's it on defense. On offense, on defense, TJ Watt would be my go-to pass rusher. TJ Watt. There's no inside linebacker I would get. Corner. For 1 year, having Gilmore and Bradbury would be nuts. No safeties. If we're going for 1 year, I would say Stephen Gilmore. Just be like, we have the best cornerback duo in the world. Long term, I would say TJ Watt. But I would be tempted to go George Kittle, man, because he is an amazing blocker, and obviously he's a beast of a receiver. But short term, Stephen Gilmore. Long term, TJ Watt. Like Aaron Donald's like, well, we've already got defensive tackles, you know. Dude, I really do feel bad about that. I looked on John Boy's media and I haven't seen any Bobby Skinner at all. Well, we don't really put much on the John Boy media Instagram. That's more their like breakdowns and stuff. Like, John Boy is more of like, I probably shouldn't explain this. Like, you're not supposed to do this. You're not really supposed to share business. It's more of like He's taking a shot on us, and we're building this and making money. You know, getting to a point where we're making money for them. Like right now, we're kind of just like talking Giants is more so just breaking even. But you know, obviously, it will make money eventually. Like it's going to make money. It's going to make good money, and then that's how business works. And then I have more leverage. So I shouldn't be doing all this. I really shouldn't. But it's going to be making money eventually. Because I believe in this thing. It's growing quickly too, so good stuff. And we're in the Talking Giants is really in the baby stages. I mean, we didn't even do YouTube until till basically the start of the season. Like we were putting some stuff on YouTube, but we weren't putting any effort into YouTube. So good stuff. Maybe we get Will Fuller. That could be a guy, but doesn't he love steroids or something? Think Logan Ryan will stay. I don't know, but I'd like him to. Have you and Justin met in real life? Yes, a couple times. I was up in New York last year. Let's see. I need a shower, but I want to watch the film. What to do? Take a shower, man. You'll feel better. You'll feel better, and you'll feel energized. Talking Giants, you think we should try to trade Dalvin for a first or second and draft? If we could get a first or second, yeah, but I don't think we're. I mean, he's a free agent. That's not going to happen. Let's see. Fred Warner. Yeah, I want to go Fred Warner because we have Blake Martinez. How much money do you make? $130,000 a year to start. Get a producer. Justin produces. Tell people to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Do you promise to read through the chat during the time you weren't sharing? Yeah, but it takes a while to post, so I won't get to read it till tomorrow, but I will do it. I'd take Trace McSorley. I agree. What are your thoughts on taking a risk on Bud Dupree? I wouldn't. This defense values versatility. Bud Dupree does not have versatility, and is coming off an injury. To be honest, I'd take Alex Tanney. I love Alex Tanney. Kitchens should be fired. The tight ends don't look good. I don't agree with that. They don't look good because the route concepts suck. And they've all been blocking well. They've all been blocking pretty well. Evan Ingram's got better. George Kittle injury prone. Yeah, that's big. If we got rid of Garrett, would you want to elevate Freddie Kitchens because of how bad Judge wanted him? I assume he would be the guy, or go outside the organization. It would probably be Shaplinski over Kitchens, but I was, and this is a secret. Don't tell anybody. At halftime of this last game, honestly, I would still be on board with this. I was ready to publicly call and be like, fire Jason Garrett, elevate either Kitchens or Shaplinski. Let's see what we have with them in these last 5 games, and then you make a decision if you keep one of those guys or go outside. And you're like, well, you mess it up in midseason. The Ravens won a Super Bowl. They fired their offensive coordinator at like this time of the year, and they won a Super Bowl like that. Like they fired, I think they fired Cam Cameron. So Cristiano Ronaldo. Sorry, dude, I'm a messy guy. Actually, I'm Landon Donovan. Great. I have a lot of like diehard friends that are soccer fans, and like most of them are like I have some friends that are from Portugal, and then like Guatemala. And Guatemalans that claim Messi. So I just like to hit them with like Landon Donovan, greatest of all time. Let's see. How can we promote your channel? Share it with your friends. That's really the biggest one. Biggest way. Share it with your friends. Tell Bob, when you get big, remember us. No, I won't. Fair enough. No, I don't know more than you, Throw Collins. I know that you know way more than me about this. I know you do. If you know, you know. Let's see. Do you think continue with? No, I'm not doing that all over again. Would you rather Tua or DJ? I'm honestly not that big on Tua. I'm afraid that he's going to be check down city in the NFL. Like I don't know. I didn't pay. My thing is I didn't really watch this last QB class. This year I'm going to do it. Bobby, what's your tax ID? I don't even know that. I'd have to look that up. And your checking account. Also routing number. I know my checking account number. You want me to say it? Actually, no, I'm not. As much funny as that is, I shouldn't do that. You should continue. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is the tape. This is what the channel is. You guys want Bobby so. The thing is I would think that was funny and tell it. Let's see. You guys ever thought of doing live commentary? Yeah, that's just not our lane. That's just. It would help. It would grow the channel, but that's just not what we are. We are kind of like, give us some time to calculate and look over stuff, because when you react, and we still react kind of like close to after games, like that's why I always hate our episodes after night games, unless we win, which we haven't lately, because then they're fun. But it's like if we lost, dude, it's just the emotions are so fresh and raw, and you're not thinking logically. Like the two, I would say my two worst episodes of Talking Giants were this past Bucks game, because Daniel Jones played so bad, and I was just so broken and down because of it. And then last year's Eagles Monday Night Football game, where we took the lead, Eli's back, and then we blow it, and that was 9 straight losses with Shermer. And I was kind of a Shermer defender, where I was like, I like what he's doing with Daniel Jones. There was obviously a lot of stuff I didn't like about Shermer, but the main thing, I was like, I like what he does with Daniel Jones. Like, I like the offense he runs, and I still do. But that was at the point where it's like, we lost 9 games in a row. I do not care if he's gone. We lost 9 games in a row. I mean, that episode was horrible. I was talking like this. Like it was brutal. People got so mad at me for the Bucks episode a month ago. People are like, you should quit. That episode sucked. Favorite Premier League team? Chelsea. Let's see. On Q Sports said AT is a miss and we should build the O-line through free agency. Thoughts? I mean, Andrew Thomas definitely isn't a miss. I don't know who Q Sports is. Andrew Thomas is a miss. Need a bigger drop back behind you, my guy. Yeah, I know. What's your credit card number and PIN? What are we talking about Hal Hunter in here for? I'm so behind on this chat. Are you a baseball fan? Yeah. I like the Yankees, which from your picture, you probably don't like that. Oh, that's why. I'm from Barcelona, so Messi fan, but he is too short for a QB. That's true. That's what he has going against him. Other than that, sorry, but Lance Adams couldn't make it in Europe. I know, it's a joke. Oh, I didn't know that. See, with COVID, I'm not hanging around my friends anymore. So they were like my soccer updates besides the World Cup. I'm missing a lot of questions. I'm just going to go to the bottom. Bobby, I remember seeing the comments. They were all tearing you to shreds, saying you were DJ Homer. I was defending you. Right? Yeah, that was so frustrating because, like, I kind of went in on Jones in that game. People are like, "Oh, see, he's like," it's like I was like, I've always called it like I seen it. When Jones plays bad, I call it out. When he plays good, I get excited more so because I'm a Giants fan. But you think the defense changes much versus Arizona compared to how we played the Seahawks? Yes, I think we are going to have to protect the edges in the run game. Steve DeOsser or Zach DeOsser? Zach all day. Thoughts on who is that? You know what? I feel like that's Ligma joke, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not falling for that. All right, I'm going to end this. It's 10:20. Sorry, guys, that we missed those final 3 drives. I really am sorry. I feel bad about that. but it'll keep me in check. I'm going to learn from my mistakes. I'm going to get better. I will be more conscious of this. I will come back bigger, better, and stronger. But I don't want my word. I don't want you to take my word for it. I want my actions. I want my actions to be I want my actions. Actions speak louder than words. I just butchered that. But that's why I'm an actions guy, not a words guy. All right. Paul, 6 plays for Chelsea. I figured it was a soccer player, but I didn't want to follow. I didn't want to, get played into a ligament joke. All right. See you guys. Tomorrow we have a stream. I'm not going to say who the guest is because he had to back out last week. But if he's in, I think a lot of people will like it. It's a friend of the program. I'll let you think. We had him on during the offseason, but we had on like 20 people in the offseason. So you got to eliminate. Hopefully he's on. And hopefully the hype train is going. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Check out the left tackle video tomorrow. All that good stuff. Love you guys. Let's go Big Blue. If you're not a Giants fan, go for whatever team you like, unless it's a